This is From Adam to Us for grades 5 through 8. And what that means is it is a one-year curriculum in world history that can be used for students in grades 5, 6, 7, or 8. It's part of our series for these grades. We love that children can do it together. So if you have a 5th grader and an 8th grader, they can both be studying the same curriculum at the same time. What you're seeing is the curriculum package over here, which includes Part 1, which is 75 lessons for the first semester, Part 2, which is 75 lessons for the second semester, and Our Creative World, which is a collection of primary sources that are assigned in the lessons in both Parts 1 and Part 2. Also included in the curriculum is a map book, a timeline, and an answer key. On this side, you'll see the literature package that goes with From Adam to Us. The students begin with The Golden Goblet. It's the first book that they read, and then the last one is Children of the Storm, which is about children living under communism. From Adam to Us begins with the words, "In the beginning, God." It is deeply a Christian worldview curriculum, and it goes all the way to the present time. All of our curriculum tells you exactly what to do every day. So all of the components in the curriculum are a part of what you do in a school year. At the end of every lesson, if there is an assignment in the timeline, it will tell you to do that. If there is a map assignment to do, it will point you to the map book. We also publish a student workbook and a lesson review. These have review material over the lessons in the curriculum. The student workbook is 1 worksheet per lesson. The lesson review is 5 questions over each lesson. They both also have a quiz at the end of every unit. Let me walk you through a unit in Part 1. So this would be in the first semester. Let's say you were doing Unit 4 in Part 1. This unit is called Civilizations Across the Globe. When you get ready to start a lesson, either the student reads the lesson or the parent can read the lesson aloud. The very first page inside the unit has a map that shows you where the lessons took place. It was very important to us when we were writing From Adam to Us that the lessons take place all over the globe. So this unit has Stonehenge in England. That's our world landmark lesson. In From Adam to Us, each unit has one man-made place in the world, and this one is Stonehenge. So you learn about Stonehenge and what the stones were made out of and some theories about how Stonehenge was built. You learn about who discovered Stonehenge and when the first time was that it's discussed in history. Each of our lessons ends with a Bible verse. So we end the lesson with, "Listen to me, you who pursue righteousness, who seek the Lord. Look to the rock from which you were hewn and to the quarry from which you were dug," from Isaiah 51:1. At the end of the Stonehenge lesson, we have something to read in Our Creative World. It's an article called 4 Remarkable Things in England that was written several centuries ago. In the timeline book, the student will put in when Stonehenge was standing. We don't know exactly when it was built. Then you can choose to use either the student workbook or the lesson review. Whatever the parent has decided, the student will fill out either the lesson review or the student workbook. We have vocabulary 3 times a week. There is a creative writing idea. They are ready to read Chapter 6 in The Golden Goblet. And once a week, we provide a hands-on activity to do. At the end of this lesson, there is the idea to make Rice Krispie treats and set them up in the shape of Stonehenge, which is a very popular activity. Now, I've listed several things you can do at the end of the lesson. You don't have to do them all. You're the mom. You know what you want to do with your student and what is best for your student, but we give you lots of options. Then the next day, we're going to go all the way over to China and do a daily life lesson on the Shang Dynasty. So the student will learn about animals that live there then. They'll see lots of photographs of artifacts from the Shang Dynasty. Again, they'll have something to read in Our Creative World. They'll have a map to do in the map book. They'll write Shang civilization develops in China in their timeline, do their student workbook or lesson review if the parent chooses that. And today, there's a Bible study assignment. The students will make a poster that relates to this lesson, and we give you the details of that. And you're ready for Chapter 7 of the Golden Goblet. The next day we have a world story, and this one is God leads the Israelites out of Egypt. Many parents say they really enjoy that our curriculum weaves Bible history in with history from around the world. Again, you have your assignments. Today it's timeline, student workbook, a Bible study, a creative writing, and Chapter 8 in the Golden Goblet. But keep in mind, you don't have to do all the assignments. Those are just the ideas that we give you. The next day we do a biography. Today it is Pharaoh Ramses II, ruler of Egypt. So you will learn about the life of Ramses, and one very important feature of Knotgrass history is that they are very, very richly illustrated. Again, you have a primary source to read today, assignments in the map book and timeline, vocabulary, and you're ready for Chapter 9 in the Golden Goblet. Lesson 20 is God created the Peloponnese Peninsula. We feature every unit one amazing place that God created where something significant happened. And the significant happening in the Peloponnese Peninsula at this time is the Trojan War. So they will learn about the Trojan War. And again, you have your assignments at the end of the lesson. Thanks for listening. It was fun to tell you about From Adam to Us.